Hey, what's up, Gunline? It's Lopez here. Just wanted to let you all know that on this episode, number 251, Hunt and I kick back and chop it up, talking about that incident that happened last night over in Michigan. We talk a little bit about female soldiers in fucking ponytails while in multicam. Uh, Touched a little bit on the Civil War because I was just wondering some shit about that, as well as we talked about him getting fucking banned on the Tickety Talks, as well as some other shit. Honestly, I can't remember, but I hope y'all enjoy this episode. I'm really tired, y'all. I had a whole agenda set out, but I completely fucking lost it because my day flipped. So long story short, we're going to talk about it the following next time. Hopefully I'll have a guest here coming up in between now and the next one with Hunt. But and I'll talk more about that later. So with that being said, enjoy episode number 251. Check this out. Do me a favor. If this is on the podcast platforms, just slap that fucking like and subscribe. And if it's the YouTubes, same thing, slap subscribe, fucking put a comment in there, def to it. I don't give a fuck. Let's just get this algorithm going. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I appreciate y'all being here. Go to onthegunline.com. It has links to all the socials as well as to the merch store. So, you know, anything you buy on there helps the podcast to get better. These fucking cameras ain't cheap, y'all. I went on there looking for this stuff. Holy fuck. I need y'all help, y'all. But at least you're getting a shirt for it. You're not out there begging. I mean, if you guys want to support, I think there's a little support button in there somewhere. Anyways, I'll holla at y'all. And that's on the Spotify's and shit like that. Anyways, I'll holla at y'all later and enjoy episode number 251. Catch y'all on the gun line, y'all. I still find that hard to believe that that's water. But gunline, fire mission coming down, y'all. I'm your host Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gunline podcast, episode number 251. As always, my co-host, the man with the most to say on the TikToks, and don't call him King on the TikTok. So King Virgo 82, also known as. What's going on, Pimpin? How you doing today?
Yeah, so you were there for that whole. I'm not gonna call you. You were there for that.
I saw that. And it was interesting. No, it was interesting to say the least. You know, I mean, I think that it was a really good dialogue that was missed. Because the second time when he came back on, you know, and he was getting ready to eat his steak, you gave him a forum to talk. You know, I think that y'all need to come on here to the podcast and you know, have a great discussion without all the threads going through and having a cool.
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention.
But it's
I wouldn't even pay attention to people here. It was actually, like I said, man. We exchanged numbers. I'm not gonna. He gave me his number. I was like, yo, here's my number.
Word.
Like, I'm not gonna be no fanboy. You know, hey, like he said, he was gonna do that. He inboxed me, and I was like, yo, man. Well, yeah, man. God damn it.
We talk about it. But yeah, man. Welcome to the On the Gunline podcast, where we shoot the shit like we did out in the field, y'all. Over here, everything is unedited, uncensored, and unfiltered. We say it how we mean it, and we mean it how we say it. Anyways, so, dude, I've had a hell of a fucking day today. I don't know about you, but I should have known from this morning when I woke up that it was gonna. As soon as I sat down to log in, man, I'm not even sitting down fucking 5 minutes, and I'm already, goddamn. I gotta fix this. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. Son of a bitch, bro. This civilian shit is for the fucking birds. I should have never got a job. You know, I should have fucking waited it out, played the long game, but now I fucked myself. So with that being said, it's all gravy though, baby. Dude, that if you haven't gotten that book yet out there, y'all need to get it. That Lucid by Stephen Vinay, Lucid First Step. It's getting interesting now. I'm at a point where he's realizing, is he in control of his dreams or is someone else controlling the dreams? It's fucking pretty badass. But anywho, let's talk. I'm going to talk about something that's on my mind right now, man. And this happened. I went to BAMC earlier today. My old lady, you know, just had an issue that we had to go take care of. We're back. Everything's good with her. She's good to go. But while I was there, bro, I saw something. And yeah, I'm going to get the whole bro vet bullshit here and all that good stuff. But hey, it is what it is. I think it looks completely trashy, like hot garbage, when females are in their multicams, their duty uniform, with a ponytail. It just looks very unkempt, unprofessional to me. All right. I guess maybe, yes, I like seeing the bun, Now, I get for PT. Got it. Keep that shit down, go run, do what you got to do, right? Hell, I even understand the field. Out in the field, you got to wear your Kevlar and shit like that, right? I get that. But during the duty day while in garrison, can we put an effort in looking military? I mean, that's just my opinion, one person's opinion here. And what do you think, man? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the reason why they actually did that, it was actually a study, and they were finding out that, that hair constantly being pulled back was hurting them more than it was helping. Like they started to, and this is the study that the Army found out. That's why they let them have the ponytails and they're not just all back in a bun like that. They were starting, I wouldn't say alopecia, but they were noticing that they're like, listen, this is causing a lot of problems with people. And
Right.
since it's service connected, they're getting a rating for it. So the way to,
Mitigate.
kind of stop this, yeah, is to just not have your hair back like this, pulling against your scalp, in a bun, but just a nice, neat kept ponytail.
Well, here's my counter to that. Male standard haircuts. Well,
What?
I mean, why not?
So now you're saying you want some like Gestapo communism thing.
Gestapo communism, all men have to have a fucking certain standard for their hair, right? And we
What
say
is the
that we
standard?
want to treat all service members completely equally, right?
I wouldn't say we had to have a certain, but this is the thing though. Like, there was a sergeant major. I don't know if you know her or follow her on TikTok, and she broke this down as far as like the quote unquote standard for male haircuts, and it's like it technically it's no real standard. Like everybody wants you to have a high and tight. They say that's the standard, but it's not the standard. You can,
But
I think
there
it's
is
like
AR
two.
670-1 tells you how long the hair can be on top, sides, and touching your neck.
Exactly, can be. So if this is the standard and we're okay with males having a standard for your hair, then what's wrong with females having a standard for their hair?
Well, I mean, again, it goes to the whole. I'll give you another example then. Why not allow men to grow their hair out long?
Okay, so what are we gonna?
Well, no,
Well, no,
it's
no,
in the
no, no,
name
no.
of
You're right.
evolution or
Yeah,
progress, as you say.
you're right. And so if we can break that back down to the whole back in the day thing when there was only guys allowed to be in combat arms, and the whole thing was the notion was if they could pull the hair, they could cut the throat. That whole quote unquote notion, and then the fact that they wanted everybody to look a certain way. And back then, this was the standard. You'd had to have a buzz cut and this, that, and the third. And even in corporate America, you know, even back then, they still wanted them to be a nice kept haircut. You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of why. Even with the women back then, they still had to have either a bun or something, and then it evolved to the women being able to have their hair down and more relaxed.
So just to make it an even playing field, just have one standard hair for both male and female.
That's the same thing that North Korea has. Like for example, North Korea has like, oh, you're only gonna have these 5 haircuts. That
Okay.
sounds stupid.
Right? I mean, but it's all in the name of equality and fairness, though.
It is equal. Male
No, it's not,
have the
because I'm sure
men.
there's a lot of
Yes,
males out there that wish that they could have long hair and they're not allowed
oh,
to.
then it's not something. But then now we have to go to regulations. What you're trying to equate fairness to is not the same as the Army's regulations. If the Army says this is okay, it's okay.
Right.
We are
So
saying that this is the
that's what I'm
Army's not
saying,
going
though,
to tell
right?
women. Come on now. The Army's not going to tell women that you had to have a buzz cut. That is ridiculous, guy. That
It's
you
not
had to
even the
have a
buzz
higher
cut. I'm
type.
just saying. I mean, I saw females that they would cut their hair bald. Um, either because they wanted to because it was hot as balls out there in Stan, or because just because, and there was nobody that gave them any feedback or no, you can't do that type of shit or anything like that. You know what I mean?
So then,
So I'm just
yeah. So
saying.
then, I think so here's the deal. I think that if no one gave them feedback or any pushback, one, those people didn't know the standards. They didn't know, hey, listen, if you're going to cut your hair, this is what the regulation says, and then it's up to me to enforce that. So that's why I say that people may have not given them pushback, because they may have not gotten that.
Have no standard. Yeah, like the regulation.
Have you ever been to a board or seen a board where they had to bring a so we were artillery, and back in the day there still wasn't females in artillery, but with the support companies, and there were female soldiers going up into the board. Have you ever been in a board with them when they had to bring in a sergeant first class, a woman sergeant first class, or a master sergeant to sit on that board as well, to be like and ask questions, especially even so with male and female regulations, and just ask like certain questions?
No,
like I've been at two boards like that.
See,
where they
I did many Soldier of the Month, NCO of the Month boards, obviously promotion boards, and we never dipped into the female regs. The only thing that we ever touched on as far as like female based type stuff would have been along the lines of like, you find a male and a female in their quarter or in their chew while you're out, while you're deployed. How are you going to handle that situation? You know what I mean? Shit like that. But nothing along the lines of like, what is the because we didn't have females in our motherfucking units. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, and that makes a lot of sense now. You want to, especially a non-commissioned officer, you want to make sure that they know the regulations. There's this one chick that I follow on TikTok, Large Jew, who she be putting motherfuckers on check like, no, this is standard. Read the standard. These nails are in standard. The length is standard. The color standard. You know what I mean? So, and that's cool. I mean, she's into it. Go for it. You know what I mean? That's why I'm personally happy that I didn't have any females in my unit, because to me, it would have been tough. I'm not gonna lie, it would have been tough. Not that they can't do the job, just that I prefer them not to be on there. But that's just me and my opinion. So, anyways, yeah. What do y'all think out there on the gun line? Let me know. Do you think that there should just be one standard for hair? I mean, if there's males that want to grow their hair long, why not? As long as they can keep it in a ponytail and keep it, professional looking, why not? I mean, it was good for the goose, good for the gander, right? That's just my thought. If we're gonna equal it all, I mean, make it all equal, y'all. So, dude, last night, there was a horrific tragedy that happened out there in Michigan, from what I was hearing. I actually woke up angry and talking to myself in my sleep, because apparently I fell asleep watching something on MSNBC. I don't know what I was watching. Maybe I was watching the coverage of it, and I woke up talking shit to Joe Scarborough, because they were talking their typical liberal bullshit about weapons and all that. But it didn't take too long for it to get politicized. But did they even discover what type of weapon was used in this incident? Because they didn't know in the morning.
I'm 95% positive it was just a regular handgun.
But was it an assault handgun? you feel me with that, right? I mean,
yeah, I know where you're going.
I just don't understand what the fuck is an assault rifle. I still don't get it. I
you
do
know what the AR stands for.
This could be an assault phone if I start fucking smacking somebody upside the motherfucking head with it.
No, you could have assaulted somebody with that phone.
Yeah, and it becomes
just like
it's a weapon, right?
Okay, so if you agree that what I said, that you assaulting them with that, then surely you can agree that that is an assault rifle.
No, man, it's a fucking rifle. What they do is they try to demonize.
Then that's a phone. The word
then
that's a phone.
Exactly.
That's a phone.
That's my point. Yep. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. There's a fucking
but
rifle.
Did you assault somebody with that phone?
Not yet, but I could. I could throw that bitch like a ninja star and hit somebody with it.
Yeah. Keyword. Now I'm saying that you're not. I'm saying if a person does that, right? If a person takes a hammer and assaults, you have assaulted me with this hammer.
Is there such thing as
we're not going to call it an assault hammer or an assault pistol, right? But because it's a rifle, we're just going to say, hey man, assault with a rifle.
Oh, assault now that I can go with assault with but don't combine it to demonize the weapon as if it's an assault weapon, an assault rifle. It's a fucking rifle. A car can become an assault vehicle. So it's just demonizing it, and it's just feeding into the narrative of, getting back to that fucking two-way shit, So So, but I mean, you're an allegedly could be or could not be a owner of what. Man, I think they've already seen your shit on this fucking
They've
podcast
already seen
already.
my shit. Yeah, they know.
So,
I am a owner
so,
of weapons.
and what I'm saying is like, what weapons I have and what weapons I keep within my household is my business. The government has no reason to know. Secondly, for all these people saying, "Oh, it's so easy to get a weapon," no, it's fucking not, dude. Trust me on this. I tried. Okay, and they do background checks. Long story fucking short, this guy here is a felon, and I was in the military as a felon, and when I came out of the military, still a felon. Try to go buy me a weapon. And they said, nope, nope.
Flag
And I'm
on the
like,
play.
ain't that a bitch? You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. I used to fire howitzers, 155 millimeter, 105 millimeter. You gonna tell me that I can't have a nice little 9 millimeter? But anyways, so I just think that motherfuckers who always say, oh, I keep it, or what are you gonna hunt with AR-15? It's not always for hunting. And it doesn't matter what the fuck I do with my weapon. It's my motherfucking weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think on that, though?
No,
Like,
like I said,
I know
man,
that you're a 2A guy. I know that you are a 2A guy. So for everybody who doesn't know, Lee Hunt may lean left, all right? But the motherfucker is a strong defender of 2A. All right, 2A is his thing. He's a Texan. It's like him not liking barbecue.
yeah,
Wrong.
I know, right? That's blasphemy.
But I know that you do also have views on maybe restrictions being put on, or maybe like certain regulations. So if you could give me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I have no problem with the 7-day hold. If say I wanted to go buy a gun today, then I could have bought this yesterday, the day before, 7 days ago, but I just woke up today and decided to do that. It still took me however long to decide to go and get it. So what is 7 more days?
But what's the 7-day hold for?
Because now we can go ahead and start looking at, and like I said, this is going to create jobs. Unless you're going to go and scrub all your shit, but we still know that digital footprints are digital footprints. The shit is out there. So now we put somebody on a 7-day hold. We can be like, okay, Dylan Roof, for example, he was making a lot of crazy, 88 all type of rhetoric and spewing his hate against Jews and black people.
Mm-hmm.
So within that week, if we could go look and see, like, hey, nah, man, we're gonna put another hold on you. Now we're gonna put a 90-day hold on you because we need to do some more investigation. We're gonna come and talk to you. And here's the deal: not only is big bad FBI gonna come and talk to you, now we're gonna bring a social worker along with them. So now we can have somebody diagnose you on the spot and see, okay, it's legit. We can go ahead and make sure he is stable enough to have this weapon, he or she.
So, okay, let's say you do all that. 90-day hold. All right. It's too easy for motherfuckers to make shit disappear, cancel all kinds of shit. If for 90 days, yes, it is. Motherfuckers go off the grid. So not only that, bro, it's a lot. It's easier if somebody really wants to do something within those 90 days. Trust me, they'll do it. Whether it's with a fucking handgun or with a fucking long rifle or with a fucking hunting rifle or with a goddamn butter knife, they'll spread you to death. I don't know, but if somebody wants to get it done, they're gonna get it done, bro. At the end of the day, and and then it starts to infringe on your freedom of speech.
How?
You know what I'm saying? Hunt, let's be realistic right now. If you were to want to go buy a weapon and they scrubbed or they went through your social media content, and let's go 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago, through your social media content, do you think you wouldn't be on a 90-day hold? Possibly.
I'm pretty sure I would
with
be.
a social worker. And then how would you like your right to own a firearm to be based on somebody else's opinion of you? It's a slippery slope, bro. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, it is a slippery slope, but at the same time, like,
There's no
just
buts,
because,
bro.
like, yeah, there is a but. So we could look at, okay, you said this. Okay, so what did you mean by that? Boom. So now, okay, I
So
can
now
still
you're
look
on
back and
trial
see.
because you want to buy a fucking weapon?
I wouldn't say trial, but
Yes,
okay.
you
So
are, because
then,
you're
what is the
being
problem?
fucking. They're
Then
impede. They're getting into your own private life, bro.
So then, what is the solution? So when are people going to feel safe? Did you know that there are survivors of that shooting that happened in
Yes,
Michigan? I forgot the name
that
of
were
that city.
also in college.
Also over there at East Lansing, Michigan.
Yeah.
These children had to live through two horrible incidents
Mm-hmm.
involving gun violence. So why can we not protect people? Why do it has to be, oh, well, they're going to get it illegally. They're going to do this anyway. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a gun-free zone. But what are we going to do to ensure it? It's easy to say that it's a gun-free zone. It's this, that, and the third. What are we going to do to ensure that kids can go to school safely?
First of all, gun-free zones are fucking stupid. I've never fucking met somebody or heard of somebody saying, I'm going to go shoot this place up. Oh, shit, it's a gun-free zone. Never mind. Let me change my mind on that. That's not going to do it. All right. That's going to end. That's going to be like fucking the NFL trying to end racism by putting in the end zone love, not hate. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. So while my man right now is taking a quick break, my question is to y'all out there. What can be done? I mean, there's got to be something that can be done. And, you know, on the real side, there's got to be something that can be done in order to fucking mitigate all this shit. And it boils down. I mean, I love hearing these fucking idiots saying, oh, start suing the fucking gun manufacturers. Really? You're going to sue gun manufacturers. You're going to see the fucking price of your weapon skyrocket. One. And two, that's blaming. Why would you blame the gun manufacturer for somebody else's actions? You know, like if I go out and get into a car accident, is it my fault that I deliberately, or is it my fault that I decided to get behind a wheel, run a red light, and smack into another fucking car? Or is it my fault, or is the car manufacturer? You know, whose fault is it? That's the way I see it. You know, it's fucking stupid. Now, if for some reason the gun or the weapon automatically fucking fired or malfunctioned and fired, then I can see that. But I mean, audience, what do you guys think? I mean, something needs to be done. But I want to ask a question on this. You said, you know, about survivors that survived a school shooting and then survived it in college again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we got people that live out in the hoods. All right, back on the block, as they used to say. You know, people that live out there that they live through that all the fucking time. Hell, I could tell you countless of times where there were shootings that I survived. You know what I'm saying? So what are we going to do
And
about that as well?
they still suffer from PTSD as well. It's a
I'm not
traumatic
saying they
event.
don't.
Yeah. And to answer your question too earlier about as far as like suing the gun manufacturers, personally, I don't care. If we do it, we do it. This is why I don't care.
How does what's that going to change though, Hunt? Explain to me how it's the gun manufacturer's fault to be sued?
So I'll explain to you by saying this. How was it Johnson and Johnson's fault that the opioid epidemic caused the problem that it did? Why was Johnson and Johnson and other pharmaceutical companies held liable by the government and made to pay back to these communities millions of dollars because of the opioid epidemic?
Now, was there something that maybe they lied about, saying that it wasn't as fucking addictive? Was it something that they misrepresented? You know, that, because I could see a liability on there. But there's so many fucking lawsuits out there for no goddamn reason, you know. And what do they do? What will companies do just to avoid a trial? They'll just pay out. Be like, fuck it, let's make this shit go away. You know what I mean? So it's as simple as that, bro. But I mean, the gun manufacturers, excuse me. All right, let me ask you, Hunt. Somebody breaks into your house. So somebody breaks into your house and you pull your weapon out to defend yourself. Some reason this motherfucker got the jump on you, beat your ass down, they steal your weapon. All right. But they take off running. You report it stolen and whatnot. It's all good and taken care of. You know, you got a police report. 3 months down the line, there's a shooting involved with the weapon that you owned. Should you get sued?
No.
Why not? If you were the one that was responsible for that weapon and liable for it.
Because there's been a theft.
Okay,
It
but
was a
you know
theft.
what? That theft wouldn't have occurred if you would have never took the gun out, right?
Who's to say it would if it wouldn't?
Well,
But once something is reported, come on now. Once something
but
is
it's the
reported
logic.
to
It's the
the,
logic.
it's
If you
not the
use it,
logic because like if I have reported something stolen and I can be like, hey, listen, y'all see I'm all fucked up. This is what he took. So I'm passing this information on to the
right?
right people. So that y'all can be on the lookout for this. And so that y'all know that if something happens, that this was stolen and it cannot be come back to me because
Perfect.
it was stolen. I no longer have that.
Perfect. So same thing with weapons and guns. I have a bill of sale that says I sold this weapon to this person or to this company, and this company in turn sold it to this person. So why, if I'm all the way the fuck back here in this goddamn food chain, am I gonna get fucked over for the person who had the weapon's decision? It's the logic in there, bro. It makes no sense. You know what I mean?
Then there's yeah.
Now I do
I
understand.
think we can agree.
Go ahead.
No, I said like you said, it's something that has to happen because I do think that honestly that you're tired of seeing this shit just like I'm tired of seeing this shit.
Oh yeah,
I think we're all tired of seeing this shit. So I believe we're on the same page as far as that go, but I
as
don't
far
know. I know it just has to change.
you know, look, man. USC, literally smack dab in South Central Los Angeles, not the smartest place to have a university.
Yeah.
It's in the ghetto, but what changed in the culture, in the American culture, that has now led to people just wanting to go shoot shit up? Because it's not like guns were just invented within the last decade or the last 2, 3, 4 decades. You know what I'm saying? It's not like these weapons haven't been accessible as they are. Hell, they were more easily accessible back in the day, you know? So I think that what we need to ask is what is causing people to do that,
See,
Get
that's a
down
slippery slope.
to I just want to get down to the root cause of it. Go ahead.
Well, that's slippery because, like, in my opinion, it's slippery because, like, it's what they used to say. Remember how, like, back when Columbine first happened, they
Mm-hmm.
were like, "Oh, it's got to be Marilyn Manson." That's the
Mm-hmm.
first time you ever heard people talk about,
Mm-hmm.
some white people talk about it was because of them our music. You know what I'm saying? And then it was
It
like,
wasn't NWA this time.
yeah, yeah. And then it was like, well, it has to be Mortal Kombat. It has to be these video
Right.
games. It has to be Killer Instinct. Like society, y'all know it's. I don't know, man. I just feel weird about that. How like people are like, oh, societal norms, and we need to get back to this, that, and the third. When I hear that I want to give in to dead people, peer pressure. When people say it has to be tradition and this, that, and the third, all I hear is I'm giving in to peer pressure from dead people.
Okay. I mean, so for me, what I think it is, honestly, and just follow me here. It might not make sense to you, but in my head, it makes sense. It is societal. And I think it's because society doesn't allow for um putting these motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying? Putting these motherfuckers up in school. You know, Motherfuckers would fight, bro. They would fight. You know what I'm saying? And let that aggression out. You know what I mean? If I was mad at you, we're gonna fucking go heads up, toe to toe, and then afterwards shake on it. Or if I catch you on the streets again, we're gonna fucking fight again, bro. You know what I mean? But now in schools, you're fucking going to jail for assault. For fighting in school. And I'm not saying that violence is the solution to everything, but sometimes it's a solution. Because if not, you're going to have all these people that have been getting bullied and they weren't able to stand up to their bully, and they don't know how to fucking handle this anger of real life, the stresses of real life. And what happens? Oh shit, I ain't got no record. I'll get my ass a motherfucking weapon right now. I'm gonna go motherfucking, all you motherfuckers that was picking on me, cap, 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 cap. You know what I mean? That's where I think it boils down from. And that's just, again, what do I know? I never went to college. I'm a GED graduate. You know what I'm saying? Good enough diploma, baby. But it's
Yeah.
just my mind, my thought frame. You know what I'm saying? Because even in the hood, dog, motherfuckers wouldn't go out blasting like they show on the TVs. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, bullets cost money. So, you conserving that money. Anyways, so
Here's the deal, right?
go ahead, bro.
We like you. I do believe it's something that's seriously going on. We had a 6-year-old take a weapon to school and shoot his teacher.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what is really going on? We can't just say like I seriously doubt that a 6-year-old is just like listening to rap music
Yeah.
or Marilyn Manson or whatever the fuck. But there's something going on. There's an accessibility problem going on with this stuff, and we need to address that accessibility. And once we get it under control, then we can start think about loosening up quote unquote restrictions.
So, what are your thoughts? I think that those that grew up around weapons and those that respect the weapon, they know it's not a fucking toy. Like my kids, they don't fear them, but they respect the weapon. They fear it though. They fear that motherfucker too. But because they know the harm that it can cause. You know what I mean? And I am a firm believer in you keep that shit locked the fuck up. Like during the day, if I'm not home or anything like that, I'm not saying that I have any weapons, but if I did, they would be locked away or far away from my kids' fucking hands. Now, when I go to sleep, if I was to go to sleep, then, I may or may not have it somewhere nearby that's accessible, because once my dog starts barking, I'm going to start blessing you with fucking bullets and not holy water. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I think it's education has to do a lot with it, and not putting so much fucking fear. I want to go back to Las Vegas, bro. Y'all could say it was a bump stock all the fuck y'all want. You can say it all day long. I know what a 240 sounds like. You know what a 240 sounds like.
Yeah,
that shit sounded like a motherfucking 240 ripping up shit. I don't care.
Yeah, it was definitely automatic.
Hmm?
That was definitely automatic. I never gave a fuck about no bump stock. That was an automatic weapon. So I don't know if he converted the regular AR to automatic, but
bro,
that seemed
there's
like a
no way
lot more
AR
than
is gonna
30
sound like
fucking
that.
rounds. That sounded like a lot. I was going to say that sounded like more than 30 rounds. That shit
Bro,
sounded like.
If anything, if it wasn't a fucking 240, it could have been 249, but that was too slow for a 249, because 249 spits a lot faster than the 240 did. And the way that shit sounded, just like, ooh, that sounds fucking familiar. It gave me the chills, baby. I'm like, oh yeah. Ooh, bring me back to that.
He fucking up.
Anyways. But dude, it's just a trip. It's just what I trip out on. You know what I mean? There was some more shit I wanted to talk about on this podcast, Hunt, and I can't remember it right now. And it pisses me the fuck off, because I know that I wanted to talk about the hairdos. We did that already.
Yeah.
And then let's see. What else? Let me see if it fits in my notes, man. What do you got? What do you want to talk about, man? What's on your mind?
Oh man, shit. I am here for the show. One thing that is on my mind, you need to hurry up and get your 1,000 followers, dude, because you already have a setup. A lot of people that you see on the TikTok, they have the microphone, the thing, you have your background right there. So you need to hurry up and get this so you can start coming up, man.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want that same shit that happened to you earlier. Oh yeah, motherfucker, you out there clout chasing and da 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 and da 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 da. No, I don't clout chase at all, bro. As you can see,
the thing was like heaven forbid, heaven forbid that somebody has an opinion about you, and it's like, yo, man, why can't I? You have opinions about different things. I liken it to Shaq. So if Shaq is up here and everybody, not on the same level as him, but Shaq has no problem with talking to people, being humble, being respectful, being like, hey man, let's talk, what's up? And realizing that it's bigger than him. So then why can't a lot of these TikTok people be the same way? Like, you too good to be talked about? Get the fuck out of here.
And I agree with you on that. The moment that something goes out on the air, that'll be like me getting pissed off because motherfuckers talk shit about me. Bro, I've seen some shit said, I don't give a fuck. I don't cater to no one, except I say what I say. And whoever my guest is on, they say what they say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to fucking censor anybody, and I'm not going to cater to what the audience may want. You will either listen to this podcast because you enjoy it, you get a laugh out of it, or, it's thought-provoking, I don't have much thought-provoking shit, like the Chinese spy balloon would have been a great topic to discuss. But,
yeah.
But, dude, we still got time anyway, bro. But dude, I'm not going to I just don't want to clout. I do want to get the 1,000 on TikTok, mainly because I do want to go live on there and spew, but I think I will get fucking, I'd be banned in a heartbeat, because
Yeah.
again, that's what I love about this platform. Once I record it, I send that bitch out, and it goes either to the podcast platforms and goes to the YouTube platforms. And from there, if they want to listen to it, the subs, that they'll get the message. And if it's not being pushed out because I said retarded or something, well, the people who want to hear it will look for it. You know what I mean? It's not for everybody, but I think it's just fun to me, man. It's my therapy without the therapist, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
bro. Have you seen that stupid ass movie, fucking You People?
No.
Don't. Just don't. It's fucking stupid. It's just too fucking stupid.
Yeah, why is that?
Huh? It's just stupid because it's the same movie that's been done over and over and over again. It's all it is. Black guy, white guy, black girl, white guy, different families, different family dynamic. At the end, they get back together and get married. It's how many times are you going to make that fucking movie?
They make a lot of movies the same. Like we can argue, like there was arguments for like even like Lord of the Rings being exactly like Star Wars.
Which one was written first?
But we're talking about how can we make the same movie over again? But I just said their comparisons with like Lord of the Rings being this, I mean Star Wars being Lord of the Rings, and just other movies being pretty much like Star Wars.
Right.
But it's
I mean,
just like rebranding.
there is a pattern that you want to follow, I guess, like in the hero story and shit. You know what I mean? But dude, like these movies, I always go back to 12 Angry Men. 12 Angry Men will forever be my favorite fucking movie of all time. And that was because there wasn't any kind of all this fucking action and booms and bangs going on. It was all dialogue. If you can keep my fucking head in it for 2 hours with just dialogue, that's a good fucking movie. And it's tied with Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is
It's all right.
All right. Okay.
Forrest Gump is all right. No, I just know.
Let's do a versus. Forrest Gump versus what? What you got?
I don't know, man, because I'm real picky about movies. I say Tombstone. That's one of my all-time favorites.
But you can't beat Forrest Gump though. Can't beat Forrest Gump.
What? Yes, you can.
No.
Tombstone is way better than Forrest Gump.
You out of your damn head, fool.
Man, it is.
No.
Tombstone is way better than Forrest Gump.
No. You're talking about a boy who's retarded, grows up poor, and then fucking somehow or another goes to college because the motherfucker could run, joins the fucking army, goes to war, survives the war, best friend dies, comes back with a Medal of fucking Honor. Simple as fuck. All right, simpleton. This motherfucking movie has it all. It has drama. It has tragedy. It has funny. It has everything you want in a movie.
It has
Tombstone just has a lot of fucking badass. Wow, Huckleberry. I love that movie. Don't get it twisted. I do love Tombstone. But bro, I'm gonna send you another link. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine, man.
All right, bet. I don't want the shit running out on me like I did last time. That should be embarrassing sometimes. I gotta go edit and shit.
Make sure you hit record when we first start too, guys.
Ooh, good thing you said that right now.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm looking up there. All right, I'll see you in a second.
All right.
Well, while we wait for Lee Hunt to make it up here, let me just let y'all know how stupid am I. There is a reason I was a 13 fucking Bravo. Okay. I sent the motherfucking invite to myself. And
Smart.
I was wondering why the fuck isn't Hunt accepting it? And I realized I hadn't fucking sent it to Hunt. I sent it to myself.
Smart.
Yeah, good thing I was not on the FDC because I would have sent the wrong mission to the wrong gun.
Yeah. Goddamn 25 Bravo, whatever the fucking combo was.
That was a 25, some shit. Yeah. Dude, now I know what I wanted to talk about, man. So I was watching some Smithsonian channel, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And that should just it's different. That's the new Discovery Channel, because the Discovery Channel is just fucking garbage now, except for Shark Week. But so anyways, I got into a Civil War kick. Started watching shit about the Civil War and shit like that, and so kind of want to talk about that for the next couple minutes, if that's cool with you.
Yeah.
Everybody has their thoughts and their feelings about the Civil War, about the rebel flag and all that shit, and so let's just rewind a bit. When you think of the Civil War, what comes to your mind? Like, what do you think about?
Nothing really special, man. I mean, everybody wants to say states' rights and all that shit. I just think it's fucked up how people didn't understand that. This is forced, and like we don't want to be forced to do this.
Right.
Like, let us free. You wouldn't want to do this shit, so why the fuck would you want to keep somebody subservient to you?
Yep. Agree with you on that. There's this shit on Prime, on Amazon Prime, the whatever the Prime TV shit is. It gives you 3 different perspectives of the Civil War. One is from, god damn, this bitch. You know who's underrated? That bitch, Ashley Judd, bro. Oh my god. I would lick her toes all the way to her head, baby.
I feel like I should know. I feel like I know who she is. I
She
feel like
came
I
out in
should
a
know.
lot of movies with fucking with the famous narrator. What the fuck is his name? Morgan Freeman. She
Okay.
came out in movies with him. But no, here's the thing. So she got to do one fucking part of it, and her great grandfather fought on the Union side out of Kentucky. And then they had Trace Atkins. He's a country singer, and his great grandfather fought in the rebel side on the South. And then the last one is the black dude that Allstate has that deep voice.
Yeah.
Dennis some shit. And and they trace back his lineage, dog, to his great grandparent that was a slave and shit like that, man. It was just interesting getting that perspective, you know what I'm saying? Like, and state rights, I get it. That's what the guys is. And let's be real, Lincoln didn't give 2 shits about slavery
He
until
didn't.
until he brought it up and then made it about slavery. He just wanted to fucking preserve the Union, whether slavery was admitted or not. You know what I mean?
He
But
actually said that in the Lincoln Douglas debate. He said if he could keep the Union together without freeing any slaves, he'll do it. If he could keep the Union together, freeing one, he'll do it. If he can keep the Union together, freeing all, that's what he would do. He
right.
didn't give a fuck about slaves. Lincoln was not this great emancipator and this great hero that everybody wants him to be.
I mean, at the end of the day, he did right. He did do the Emancipation Proclamation. Gotta give him credit for that. I mean, but like you're saying, bro, I think eventually, how long, if the Civil War wouldn't have happened or occurred, how long do you think it would have taken before slavery was eventually fucking like
Maybe the
abolished?
1920s. It may be the 1920s, if not the 1940s. And then we still would have to go through the whole Reconstruction period.
Yeah,
And we still would be going through what they were going through back then right now.
you right on that. I mean, it tripped me out, man. I was looking at it, you know what I mean, and first of all, the N word. Do you know the where that word actually came from?
I know where the whole tippies always say that it came from and the
What?
meaning and all this stuff. The talking about matter of fact, it's actually in one of these books I have. It
Oh,
traces it back to Africa, and
no.
the meaning kings and
No,
all right.
it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fucking Spaniards and the fucking Portuguese
Yeah.
that when they would go to Africa. Let's be real. It's not like these motherfuckers went out there hunting them. They didn't just go out there with nets and cast it over them. They went up there, traded some shit with some other African king. And the African king was like, "Hey, you can have these motherfuckers. I just got them out of another war. Take them." All right. So there was an exchange is done. But anyways, the word for black in Spanish is negro. So that coming to the States, when they were brought over to the States, the Southern folk did not know how to say
Yeah.
negro correctly. And you can see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
So, but that's from a black woman who studied this shit. So anywho, but I What's that word they say in debates and stuff?
Digress.
I digress, which I still don't know what the fuck that means. Nah, dude. I trip out on it because it made me start wondering, like, for example, Glory, one of my fucking favorite movies of all time. With the 54th Massachusetts, the black folk, you know, Trip, I think, was one that said it the best. I'm not fighting this war for you. I'm fighting this war for me because win or lose, you go on your way. But if we win, I get to be free. You know what I mean? And so it put me into another mind state, bro. And just follow me here. Just follow me. During the Civil War, these motherfuckers' tactics was a little bit fucking retarded to me. Walking in a straight line into cannons or into each other. The South had their motivation to keep the secession going, right? But let's be real, the majority of motherfuckers that were fighting in the South, they probably didn't even have any slaves. You know what I mean? And the ones in the North, why the fuck were they fighting? Like it just got me to thinking, like, first of all, would I march, like the balls that these people had, would I march straight in lines, in columns, knowing I'm about to get blasted at? You know what I'm saying? And secondly, is this worth my fight? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what am I doing this for? So it just got me wondering, like, what do you think what was their fucking motivation or kept them motivated to go, bro?
It all peer pressure, tradition. That bullshit kept them going. That, oh, you had to have Southern pride and what? No. Why the fuck are, like, I don't know, man. I see the South and the people that are talking about Southern pride and the people that fuck with the Confederacy. I see you as traitors. Plain and simple. I don't give, like, you can say, oh, this was about states' rights and overreach. You took up arms against the United States government. You are a fucking traitor. Plain and fucking simple.
So I can agree with you to an extent there. States' rights, as they claim, they wanted the right to keep slaves at the end of the day because that was their business. You know what I mean? I mean, that's where they were making their motherfucking money from. At least the motherfuckers that could have slaves and have plantations, right? I don't understand how they saw people, as subhuman. You know what I mean? I still don't understand that. And I'm not trying to justify anything here. Just follow me along here, Hunt. If you were raised to just hate and think a certain way, and you never made it out of your area, you know what I'm saying? And you were taught this person is this way, this person is this way, 2-3 generations in. What are you gonna think growing up? And it's like let's talk about jihadists, for example. You have those motherfuckers out there that they're ingrained to hate America from fucking in their schools. I'm just saying. I'm trying to put it akin to that because if that's all you know, that's all you're gonna believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I'm gonna give you, and it's gonna sound stupid as fuck to a lot of y'all people out there, and it really is. I grew up in South Central Los Angeles. The only white people I knew ever were police and teachers. That's all I knew while I was out there. Because when I go to the beach or anything like that, they were all like the people you see on TV. So to me, all white people were fucking balling rich. You know what I'm saying? Till I joined the army. I didn't get exposed to the real America until I joined the military.
So you met the free butts.
Oh my fucking God. Not one episode can go without mentioning that motherfucker. But goddamn, if you want to talk about somebody that's dumb as fuck,
oh my
Jesus Christ. And it made me wonder, like the Civil War days, the massive balls that these guys had on them to get, I don't know if I could do that, bro.
Well, it was even worse during World War One because, like,
ooh, trench warfare.
Like, goddamn, yeah, and that was more like I wouldn't say precision like we would call it precision artillery, but there was still artillery instead of going like this, coming at you like this. Now, you know what I'm saying? And having to stay in them fucking stay in the trenches for like months on end and not being able to really move and moving an inch at a time. It's just fucking crazy,
bro. And then when that whistle blew And if your ass didn't go over that motherfucking over that hill or over the trench, you can get shot in the trench. So you guaranteed getting shot here in the trench if you don't go up, and you have a 99% chance of getting killed if you go up. So
And you know what? It's the same with, if we look at the Vietnam War, we look at the Korean War, we talk about these people having balls. They didn't have body armor. Hell, the Vietnams, they just really had flak jackets,
flak
which
jackets.
yeah. And then, like, I don't know what happened in, Desert Storm. I don't know what happened in, Grenada, Panama. I don't know if they had armor inside those flak jackets. But like you've heard the story 1,000 times, man. OIF-1, we didn't have fucking plates.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But those guys still have more balls than us, because they were going like, fuck it, in my opinion, like balls to the walls.
Man, I tell you, I got my when I got my letter of concern, because I told one of my long story short, my old platoon sergeant smoked pounds. We're coming back from a mission out there in the middle of fucking bumfuck, close to the goddamn border of goddamn Syria. It seemed like when we were out there in Mosul. We went far, far, far west, bro. Anyways, we're out in the middle of nowhere coming back, and my driver Bambi, that motherfucker, he was white already. His last name's Ramirez. That motherfucker was white already. And we're driving. Oh, I forgot to tell you, on my MRAP, we lost all electrical, so no power whatsoever. You good?
Mm-hmm.
And why is my daughter hitting me up? Anyway, so what happens? We have no power, no air conditioner. And if you've been in an MRAP, there ain't no motherfucking windows that roll down on that bitch. Anyways, so we were the lead gun, the lead MRAP. We had the mine roller, right? So we're driving, and Bambi's fucking sweating and sweating. He's been driving for about an hour in this motherfucking June heat. And he's like, Chief, I don't think I'm gonna make it. And I'm like, hey, take your gloves off, man. Take your gloves off. He takes his gloves off, right? He's like, Chief, I'm fucking hot, man. I told him keep chugging water, right? I'm looking at the fucking map at Blue Force Tracker, right? I'm looking at the BFT, and I'm like, oh shit, we're about, a few clicks out from Tampa. I'm not switching drivers out on fucking Tampa. Not happening, going back up to Merez. And it's all like, how you doing, Bambi? And I told him, undo his fucking vest, told him to take his Kevlar off, his glasses, because this motherfucker was just draining sweat, bro. He's like, Chief, I ain't gonna make it. And now, like, pull the fuck over. I get on my motherfucking mic. Blue 7, Blue 2, we need to pull over time now. And we just pulled over. I didn't wait for a reply or anything. We just pulled over. I told Bambi, get the fuck out the goddamn truck. Ain't no time for no 5 and 25s. We were out in the middle of fucking nowhere. If we were going to die, we're going to die right there, because there was nothing but desert to the left, to the right. And that was it. So he jumps out and takes his shit off. And I'm like, I need a new driver up front. And Henderson comes running in. He takes over, jumps in, starts driving. Bambi gets into the truck where Henderson was at, and we're rolling. We make it back to Merez. Bro, when I tell you I had heat cramps, my belly was like fucking dying with heat cramps. Like it felt like somebody was just twisting my shit, right?
Yeah.
So when you get into Merez, you have to go by the firing area before you get to clear your rifles, to clear your weapons, right? So as we pulled in, I did the count and all that with the people at the shack, pulled up in, and I pulled over by the rifle, by the range, by the test fire range, and I pulled over right there, like, hey, Blue 7, Blue 2, stopping time now. And he's like, what you mean you stopped? And I was like, it's fucking hot in here. And then the relay Brown was like, did you hear that, Blue 7? He's like, I sure did. I wish I wouldn't have. So then my stupid ass can't stay quiet. Like, well, next time you come and stay in this motherfucking hot ass truck. That was the wrong answer, Chief.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I'm at battalion. Well, I mean, at the battery where, in Merez, where we had the battery at.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm getting my ass chewed right there by my first sergeant Neely, sergeant major now. This motherfucker's mustache is literally on my lips, chewing me the fuck out. Gave me a letter of concern because he said that I didn't have the authority to tell my soldier to take off his flak vest or any of his gear. And he's like, I think you could do something like that. That's a general order. You can't do that. So I'm like, First Sergeant, I stand by my decision. He's like, well, what if I would have been in there? Would you still have done it? Roger that,
Yeah.
First Sergeant. And like, well, what if the colonel would have been there? Still same decision. I don't give a fuck. And he's like, well, why'd you make that decision? And I said, First Sergeant, I'll be real with you.
He was about to pass the fuck out.
It's either I'm gonna be taking the ass chewing for having him take off his fucking kit, or because he fucking overheated and had heat stroke. You know what I mean? So I'll take my chances with him stepping outside in the middle of fucking nowhere. Now, it would have been different if I was on Tampa. I get it right there. Chew my ass out. But I made the decision before we hit Tampa to fucking gear down, get the fuck out. So anyways, long story short, I was told, I just said, look, what's the worst that would have happened? Even if he had his gear on, stepped outside, you think it's going to stop an IED?
Nah, it ain't.
Is it
it's
really?
Gonna rip through.
Not a motherfucking all. That's just going to just blow him. All that's going to be left there is his torso. You know what I'm saying? So get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I hated that motherfucking. I hated that vest. I fucking hated it. You know what I hated the most that I was scared of? That I would get shot and it will fucking trigger my other bullets to fucking start shooting me in the belly.
That shit was I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, well, the vest was stupid, man. I ain't gonna lie. There was times I was. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
That shit native.
So, where did we stay? Fuck, the Civil War once again.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, I just still. Once the war was over, you know,
once the war was over,
mm-hmm.
they came up with, even though the 13th Amendment supposedly set people free, they still had like the vagrants laws. And with the vagrants laws, they could still pretty much put somebody in servitude. They just arrest them. And now we still see that today. And we see that with these private prisons that are going on in mass incarceration. Like, it's a shame that like you get more time for the same amount of crack than you would with cocaine, than, you know, just powder cocaine. If it took it in grams, right? I have 5 grams of crack. I have 5 grams of powder. I'm getting more time for that 5 grams of crack than I am for that powder. And we all knew who that affected, who crack affected more.
Yeah.
And these people got more time for it. It's still the same crap going on, man.
I'll say this. Racism's never gonna end. Never. It's never gonna fucking end. Never. Not ever. Until we're all one motherfucking beautiful shade of cocoa like me. It's never
melanin.
Yeah.
So we all have
until we're my
melanin.
You know, even South Park did it right. You know.
Yeah, I've seen that shit.
I've been waiting for you to do that.
That's about that episode from the clips you were showing us.
Oh, dude, that one was rough. I saw that shit last night.
Oh my god!
Have you seen that episode yet?
No, man. It's like
that motherfucker turned into Kanye, bro. That shit was fucking funny.
Oh my god!
But no, I was thinking about the one episode with the Goobacks, where they're taking our jobs. You know, they came from the future. They all look fucking brown because we all just
decided to love everybody.
Good, but yeah, dude. Anyways, I think I'm out for the day now. I'm tired. I've had an exhausting day, bro.
Yeah, it's too easy.
We'll see you at King Virgo 82 in about 3 days because you got canceled. Why'd you get canceled anyway?
I don't know, man. Like, I tried to start my live up again, and then it was like, boop. You got a nice 3-day ban.
Who do you think did that?
The dude, I think it was Snacks. The dude that I don't know if you were there. I was like, I had put him on mute, and I called him like a midget. I was like, you 5'2". No, I said you 5'2" mutant. Like, you're not gonna come up here and run shit on my live. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, like, fuck you.
So
be respectful.
Let's end on one more question. Should we televise death row inmates?
No.
And that's what I wanted to fucking talk about. I just fucking remembered.
Well, then we got to save it for next time because we should not do it. I have strong opinions about this.
Good, because I'm gonna put that shit out on the YouTube and the shorts and all that shit and see what everybody else says. But so we know where you stand already. I'm all about it. I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna put this out there on the atmosphere as well. Here's where I stand on the death penalty. If the motherfucker is 100% on video, DNA all the way, this motherfucker got caught for either being a weirdo, and by being a weirdo, I mean fucking with kids. That's one. Murder, like legit murder, 100% motherfucker Jeffrey Dahmer type. That's two. Rape, that's three. Those three are for sure. I will fucking sentence you to death and I leave it. Fuck him having a goddamn propofol fucking injection to fall asleep and then they stop his heart. Fuck that. I want the motherfucking family of the victims to select the death that they get. And if that family says, I want this motherfucker to be placed with gasoline and let me light the match, you got it. That's the only caveat, that the person that's gonna fucking that's gonna carry out the sentence has to be the one that selected the sentence, because you're gonna be the one that has to live with that shit. You wanted this death sentence, this is what you're gonna do. And
Yeah, we're
publicize
definitely
that
gonna have
shit.
to talk about that.
Yeah, put
We're
that
definitely gonna
shit
have to talk about
on
that.
live TV. Put it on live TV, and let's see how much the murder rate don't go down.
We're definitely gonna have to talk about that because I have a very, very, very opinionated opinion about that.
And that's cool. And I'm not talking about motherfuckers that were wrongfully convicted.
No, I know, but trust me, you won't like what I have to say. I believe that.
You're
To
gonna
guess for
say
next week.
it's gonna be a bunch of black people that are gonna be pinned on, like
Nope, nope. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with color, ethnicity, but
ethnicity.
ethnicity. Yeah,
Can you
same
let the
week,
people
different
see
day.
your shirt?
My shirt says
Yeah, it says that
Trump.
he's a MAGA
Everybody
lover.
say Trump. 24 years in prison, bitches.
Oh man, oh man. You know, I kind of really wanted to jump in on y'all live box, man, because homeboy seemed like he was just reacting, because I'm okay. Just so you know, I'm not choosing sides here. You my dog, you my homie.
Mhm.
But you did come off at the beginning with a way that I could have misunderstood. Like you almost told him to go fuck off, like fuck you at the beginning. And that's the way I'm just letting you know, because I was watching it,
Yeah.
right? So when
Mhm.
you were doing the introduction, like, hey, let me let y'all know, I don't see why we can't go into each other's places and comment on each other and say on each other. We can disagree. And at the end, fuck you, fuck you and what you said. That's why when you said that, I was like, damn, that just basically kind of just took away everything that you had said leading to that. You know what I mean? So in other words, your intention was there,
Mhm.
but the
Yeah,
execution
yeah,
was incorrect.
yeah. Like I mean, you always tell me that, like, yo, man, there's something about your delivery and your tact that's
Yeah,
just not
it's your
there. It's
delivery,
like,
bro.
yo, man, listen, it is what it is, man. We can both do that, and if you don't like it, fuck you. What do you
See,
want
and
from me?
that's the thing. Like we can
Yeah,
agree to
yeah,
disagree, and at the end of the day, be like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But you were like, fuck you. Like, damn. So I think homeboy probably didn't hear all that you were saying prior to, because everybody else was talking. And he
yeah.
just heard and if you don't agree with me, well, fuck you. Like
No,
that's
he
why.
did. But I think
But
he knew too, because he was like, "Oh, you made a video." I was like, "Nah, bro. You know, I made more than one
I
video."
saw you
He's like,
putting your
"I didn't."
hands up.
Yeah, he's like, "I didn't have to respond." I'm like, you didn't have to respond. Like, I don't need your validation to reply to me. And it's like I said, man. Like, you think I care about people that make videos about me?
So
Like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. I will respond because I like doing that shit. It's not because like I'm trying to seek validation. If
let's
you want to
enlighten
talk shit,
everybody what we're talking about.
yeah,
Enlighten them.
yeah. So there was this dude, Lou. He's made a couple of videos, and I'm like, matter of fact, I didn't even get to tell him. I was like, dude, one of the videos that you made and I stitched, the first thing I said was, hey, man, shout out to you for talking about PTSD, sticking up for people getting help with PTSD, and spreading awareness. I was like, yo, it takes a grown man to know about this and to advocate for that. I was like, shout out to you for doing that. Give you all the props. And I was like, now, meat and potatoes, you also said this, and this is why I can't fuck with you with and don't agree with you with because of this right here in the third.
Right.
You
Well,
know what I'm
see,
saying? But it's like,
go
yeah.
ahead.
But I was gonna
No,
say,
but I
like we've
mean,
had
so what
different
was the
things.
conversation like though? Because you said on your on the Facebooks that it was a good conversation. So can you just enlighten us what y'all discussed on there and what was it
Oh,
about?
so it was really about like what we first talked about right here, as far as like the Second Amendment, and we were just kind of talking about that and things that like, hey, listen, man, is we need to change something, and people are tossing around ideas, and even so, there were some people that like I tell people all the time, you can come on here, we can disagree. I will do my best to keep my people in check. There's certain people that I know I can have on there and that are going to be respectful. And there's just one couple of people in particular that I know, like, I'm gonna have a hard time bringing these motherfuckers in.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
But and just so happened I let a couple of them motherfuckers in there, and I'm like, oh shit,
But
here we go.
even I mean, while Homeboy was saying his piece, everything was cool. And then when he dropped the first time, that's when Homeboy just jumped up and started saying, like, "Oh, that motherfucker did," and like, damn,
Yeah, and
bro.
this one thing I was trying to tell him too. I was like, I'm not gonna invalidate how you feel. I'm not saying that. And like I kept telling him, I was like, I haven't walked a mile in your shoes. So I can't say you're wrong for feeling a certain way. I was like, now when you critique, say like a politician, you're not above that critique. If I was to say that you don't know shit because of your upbringing and blah blah blah, and I talk shit about your military service, that'd be a different thing.
Mhm.
If you're critiquing somebody and I'm like, hey, listen, man, we kind of have opposite opinions about this. You're saying this, but here's the actual fact. Here are some facts that can back up what I'm saying. This is my critique of you. Boom. It is what it is, man. I'm not, that doesn't have anything to do with how you were raised, your life experiences or nothing. It has to do about your opinion being critiqued, plain and simple. I'm not above my opinions being critiqued. I have all my stitches and duets on, so people can do that. If they want to, they can be like, "Yo, you suck. This is why you suck." I've had a couple of people do that, and I responded to them like, "Okay." Did I have to? No, but like I said, I like doing this to try to prove a point to people. I'm going to frustrate the fuck out of you. That's what I'm gonna do, plain and simple, to the point to where you block me.
So I just remembered the shit that I wanted to discuss, and I just wrote it down for next time. But it's gonna be America being more racist, or are people claiming racism just finding racism where it's not existent?
Is America? Why is America afraid for the woke movement? Are they like, we could talk about all that shit? That's kind of stuff we talked about
So
on my thing too.
yeah, look,
Damn, we
man,
got we gotta wait. Yeah, yeah,
that woke thing, I wanted to jump on there so fucking bad. I wish I had the fucking views or the people to jump on there. Because the first thing I wanted, I kept saying, what the fuck is woke? Define woke. What is woke? Motherfuckers
I didn't
going
even see you in
ham.
the comments.
Huh?
I didn't even see you in the
Bro,
comments.
because they muted my ass. That's when I
You
told you
should
they
have
muted.
fucking you. Did I? You talking about today? They muted you?
No, this was the first time.
Oh,
And we
okay,
were
okay.
talking with Kowalczyk as well. And I told you, like, man, they muted me because I asked this or because I said that.
Yeah.
So now they've been a little more lenient now that you be telling them like, oh, that's the homie right there. But all I did was ask simple questions like, what is woke? Here's what I define as woke. Trying to make me accept what my beliefs are or to go against what my beliefs are. Okay. If I have to accept what you're perceiving, or if I have to accept your beliefs, then you need to accept my beliefs as well. Now, I'm not saying you need to follow them. I'm saying you need to respect them, though. Just like if you want me to call you the motherfucking he, she, it, whatever the fuck I'm going to call you, fine. I'll play your fucking game. All right. But don't call me wrong because I'm just doing it to entertain you, not because I believe it. You see what I'm saying? So, and to me, it goes even back to that back on the block bullshit. I'm tired of hearing motherfuckers saying how it's racist. When it was mainly a lot of the black drill sergeants that were saying that shit. So I'm just saying, I mean, everybody's gonna now, depending on how somebody says it as well. Okay, the delivery, right? It goes into the delivery. What you think? You back on the block, fool? Huh? You out there fucking throwing up gang signs and shit with your homeboys? Okay, that motherfucker. I grew up in the suburbs. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. But being back in the block sounds better than what you think. You back at your home record? Yeah, it just doesn't have that same umph to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And apparently, and I don't know, a lot of motherfuckers think that this shit back on the block just started, I guess, in the 90s or something like that. There was some motherfuckers in there from the 70s that were saying, like, dude, our drill sergeant used to tell us that shit in the 70s. Yeah, could it have some racial connotation? Of course it can. But then isn't it more racist to think that being back on the block just means black people or a minority? Isn't that more racist? Just saying. To me, being back on the block, I don't think just black. I think a motherfucker's just thinking they're back home. That's just me.
You think you're back at your home records?
You know what you think? You back on an old dirt road? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What if a motherfucker
Country
didn't grow up on an old dirt
roads,
road? You know, what if
take me
motherfucker?
home
Hell yeah, I
to a
love that song.
place where I
I belong.
belong. West
West
Virginia,
Virginia, Mountain
Mountain
Mama,
Mama.
take me home.
Oh.
Country roads. You know how many fucking, I just thought about one of the cadences I used to love. And they changed it. It was roll me over in the
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Hold on. But see, it was when I gave her inch one.
Oh my
She
God.
said, ooh,
Trying to
that
get.
was fun. When I gave her
Yeah,
inch
you
two.
can't
So
do
now they
that.
changed that. They changed it now to when I was a E1. You know how stupid does that sound? You know,
Bro, is man, come on, man.
tell me that's not
Evolution, bro.
stupid. What is the purpose of the military, Hunt?
Evolution.
To kill, motherfucker, to kill.
Yeah, to kill, but it's not to talk about, oh, I gave her an inch. I gave her, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing
That
this and
was
that and the
that
third to
was when
her.
it was a predominantly male fucking
And
institute.
guess what? Evolution. We've evolved from that.
Yeah, hot garbage. Hot fucking garbage. You know the worst part is a lot of these broads have sicker motherfucking minds than we do. And it always seems to be some other motherfuckers that get offended for them. So message.
Yeah.
So now,
Okay.
with that being said, are you why you gotta tell me, why are you drinking so much water, bro?
I don't know, man. I think it's just I'm just taking a little break.
That's good.
I know it's shocking
It
everybody.
is.
Like, what the
Like
fuck is up with
everybody
you and
watching us,
water?
those that are used to watching us are probably like, what the fuck? Is he drinking vodka?
Mm,
Like, I mean,
yeah.
shit.
Straight vodka, just chugging this shit.
Hell yeah. Dog. Oh, people. Netflix, motherfucking. I'm gonna give y'all some shows y'all need to go look at right now. If you haven't seen them, you're wrong. You're as wrong as two boys fucking. The first one is gonna be The Last of Us. If you ain't watched that shit, you need to go watch it. That shit
That's
is,
not on Netflix.
huh? No, that's on HBO
That's
Max.
yeah.
So that's the first show you got to go watch. The second show you need to go watch is on Netflix. It's called Physical 100. These Korean motherfuckers are going hard. Now, think American Gladiators meets Squid Game.
God
And
damn.
that shit is badass. These motherfuckers is ripped, bro. Males, females, ripped as fuck. Like, I'm talking about, damn. I never knew they made Asians like that. But fucking, y'all need to go watch that shit. It's fucking badass. It's a game show. And if they brought it to the United States, it'll probably be controversial because people will get canceled in a heartbeat because they said, well, we want to make teams and they got all the strongest people and put the women somewhere else. Ooh. Anyways, I think I'm out, y'all. I think I'm done. I'm getting a headache. I finally remembered everything I wanted to talk about at the end. Hopefully, y'all, hopefully, if you're still listening to me, if y'all haven't quit by now, I'm looking to try to get a veteran here who was in the Air Force. And I think she was in the Air Force, at least the uniform looked like the Air Force. Pretty positive. But and she's also she has a lot of knowledge that I would like to get from her regarding the indigenous folks of the Americas. All right. Because if you know me, I've been like on a quest to learn more about my heritage. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't want to just know about the Spanish side. You know what I mean? And some people call them the colonizer side or whatnot, whatever. My last name is Lopez. I accept it. You know what I'm saying? I get it that my predecessors came over here in boats and, smashed on some Indian ladies and, unwillingly. But some of them were willing. I don't know. I don't know. Now, and there was, a lot of erasure, as you were saying earlier, that was going on, So I'm not going to degrade, the Spanish side, but I do want to get to know more of my Indian roots. So far as I know, it was Pipil, which is the tribe that was out there in my dad's small town. And then in Nicaragua, the tribes there were the Nicarao. So, and all of them, we're all linked up together. And I'll tell you the reason I'm bringing this up, Hunt, and to y'all listeners, is because you know what? I'm tired of looking at motherfucking paperwork, and I have to put white Hispanic, black Hispanic, Latino, Caucasian. No, I'm mestizo. All right. Mestizo means mixed. I'm a mixer. I'm a fucking mutt. All right. I'm a mulatto. Whatever the fuck you want. Mulattoes are actually black and white. But I'm a fucking mestizo. And that's its own race within itself. Because out of two races came out one. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to identify with just the European side or just the Indian side. I want to be recognized as what the fuck I am. I think that's one of the things I'm gonna have to have this discussion because now it's fucking with me. Discovery. Who the fuck am I? What is my culture? You know what I mean? The only culture I know is the mestizo culture, which of course is gonna have part of the European that was brought over from the Spaniard side and part of the Indian side that together culminated into this beautiful specimen here.
What you see before your eyes.
255 pounds of motherfucking sexiness. Actually, 248 pounds of sexiness. So anyway, if you haven't got him a colonoscopy yet, go get it done. That'll be for next week's pod conversation. But anyways, what I was trying to say is I want to get homegirl on here. She's on the TikToks. Her name is Brown Pride. I can't remember. My bad. Let's see. Brown Pride. I'll look it up real quick. In the meantime, make sure y'all go like and subscribe to King Virgo and
liberal simp for all his liberal simp.
Oh, dude, when you called yourself a fucking Sigma, what the fuck was up with that, bro?
Yeah, I'm not. No, Sigmas are the ones that are like, they're not beta. Damn sure ain't betas. They're not the. I have to promote myself as an alpha. Sigmas are the ones that are like, hey, I can chill back. I don't have to fucking do anything. But once you fucking push that issue, then we're gonna have a fucking issue.
Okay, go and follow her. It's Brown Pride Girl. Oh, Brown Girl Pride 0. That's her name. Brown Girl Pride 0.
Settle.
And
I said settle.
Settle. Yes. And she just drops a lot of knowledge, and I dig her, and I'm learning from her. So much love, much respect to your content. And it looks like we're already at less than a minute. So thank you very much for everything. With that being said, Hunt, you know where to see me at. Hey, man, thanks a lot for shouting out to the old lady today. I appreciate that. You know what I'm talking about. I appreciate that. I'm about to go take my happy ass to sleep. Rounds complete. End of mission. Gunline out. Bye, motherfuckers. Peace. March order.